Chalo, second question for the day. Respond to the CEO of Elrig's request for work on the following areas: alignment between Elrig and Clonyard, the introduction of an ERPS. Okay, now let's see what is the situation. Clonyard is a private company which sells shoes to adults and children. Clonyard has several retail shops. The mission of Clonyard is to satisfy customers by providing footwear of excellent quality for the modern world. Clonyard has built its reputation on providing footwear to those who have specialist needs in footwear, such as minor medical issues, and Clonyard's staff excel at spending time with customers to determine customers' correct requirement. Clonyard has achieved modest growth over the past 5 years. Okay, so providing food, basically they are dealing in specialist needs, people who have medical issues and all of that. And Clonyard's staff excel at spending time with customers to determine customers' correct requirements. 12 months ago, Clonyard was the subject of a successful but hostile takeover bid by Elrig, a listed company. Elrig's mission is to return value consistently to our shareholders by growing our market share and by offering unrivaled value for money for our customers. Elrig's primary motivation for the takeover was to enhance its market share by acquiring a niche operator. In addition, Elrig's directors also believe that there is likely to be consolidation in the industry in the near future, and the purchase of Clonyard by Elrig is a reaction to that belief. Having acquired Clonyard, Elrig is keen to retain the Clonyard brand and is also keen to ensure that all aspects of Clonyard's business operations are integrated into Elrig. Elrig has taken a decision at board level that a similar range of inventory is maintained throughout all Elrig and Clonyard shops. Managers of Clonyard's individual shops are unhappy with this, as this is contrary to the individual specialisms which shop managers were encouraged to develop previously. As a result, several managers have left the business. In order to help with the integration of Clonyard into Elrig, Elrig has ensured that each Clonyard shop will have at least one of Elrig's employees working there. Clonyard staff have complained that the Elrig members of staff are more focused on ensuring a sale is made than spending the required time with customers. Clonyard staff have also expressed concern about the lack of technical knowledge of Elrig's staff. Elrig has retained most of Clonyard's directors. These directors have found it challenging to adjust to Elrig's focus on pursuing market share and recently said it's as though they don't measure anything else. Every report we get is about market share, and the message is always that we need more of it as quickly as possible. Uh, so उनका approach अलग है. One is very customer focused, kind of an old legacy business, and the other one, is it has like this very modern outlook that all we care for is profit, profit, profit. The CEO of Elrig was recently told by a management consultant that Elrig should consider using McKinsey's 7S model to help with the integration of Clonyard into Elrig. The management consultant indicated that she felt Elrig should only focus on the four soft elements of this model for now. The CEO would like you to evaluate whether Elrig is properly aligned with Clonyard using only skill, staff, and style component of the staff of the soft elements. ठीक है. Question ka requirement has become dangerously specific. You are not supposed to comment on anything and everything under the sun. You only have to, with respect to integration, आपको क्या बात करना है? You are supposed to comment on whether Elrig is properly aligned with Clonyard using skill, staff, and style components of the soft element. McKinsey's 7S model, mein there are total 7 elements. 7Ss are there, but they don't want you to talk about that. What they want you to do is they want you to check for alignment only using skill, staff, and style. ठीक है. अब how to frame this answer? First of all, let's talk about skill. What is the difference in Clonyard and Elrig?
Vision of both the companies is different.
Okay.
Their goals are different, end goals.
End goals are different. See, when we talk about skills, we are talking about what is it that the employees of the company in general have been, what skills do they have? Correct. So,
Uh,
हाँ बोलिए.
no, 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 sir. Continue, continue.
So, With respect to that, can we say one thing कि Elric जो so Clonyard, which is the first company, it is focused very much on making it is focused on making customers happy. See, not that the other company is not, but यहाँ पे it is not off the shelf product which is being sold. So whatever they are selling, they need to have a proper conversation with the customer to understand what is the customer doing, ठीक है, what are his requirements, and for that they have to train their employees in terms of aligning themselves with the customer requirements, and then suggesting the right footwear or suggesting the right item to them, so that they are their specific requirements with respect to their medical condition is taken care of, है ना. So उनका जो focus है वो स्पेशलिस्ट फोकस है. द फोकस इज ऑन मेकिंग श्योर दैट इंडिविजुअल कस्टमर के साथ यू हैव अ कॉन्वर्जेशन, you understand what their needs are. Don't pitch a product to them that will not be of use to them. Understand their requirement and then suggest the right product, or make certain changes to the existing product to fit them. Elrig, on the other hand, is a company which is very, very profit oriented. Nothing wrong with being profit oriented, by the way. But what is Elrig saying? कि Elrig की जितना ज्यादा सेल है उतना try to go for as much sale as possible. Numbers are very, very important for them. So, inko sales skills have been taught. You know how to entice the customers, how to flash them with attractive offers, and get the sales numbers in. They are not, aligning, or they are not shifting their approach to meet the expectation of the customer. They are like, tell the customer how your product is more important. So naturally, unka skill set alag hai. Clonyard has a different skill set. And see the way they have also mentioned one point here, that Clonyard staff have complained that Elric members are more focused on ensuring a sale is made than spending the required time. Clonyard staff have also expressed about the lack of technical knowledge of Elric staff. They might not be aware of the medical terms or medical conditions which these people have, right? So their skill sets are very different. So, do you believe that the two entities are aligned with each other?
No.
No. So, very clearly, although we have identified the fact that their skill sets are different, okay, but we have not made an effort uh, to make sure that they are on the same page. आपने क्या कर दिया, आपने ये तो बोल दिया कि हाँ these are different and this company has a different expectation, उसके customers का focus अलग है, इनका focus अलग है, you did all of that. But so far from the data that is given to you, no effort has been made to align the skills with each other. मतलब either make them more sales focused or make them more customer focused. दोनों effort अभी तक नहीं हुआ है from the company's end. ठीक है. They wanted you to talk about the skill set. You spoke about the skill set. Second thing is staff. What is happening with respect to the staff right now? बताओ तो. Look at this business alignment paragraph. We spoke about skill. Let's talk about staff. What is happening to Clonyard ka staff?
They are unhappy and not satisfied with the approach that Elric is approaching.
So first of all, what is happening is that these people are leaving na. Several managers of Clonyard have left the business because they are unhappy with the approach that Elric company's staff has. They were focused on individual specialism, and they had developed that skill. Now in the new integrated business वो skill तो उनको कहीं पे usage में है ही नहीं, right? So staff are leaving the organization, and staff has been given responsibility for inventory, shop management, customer management, which help them to develop a lot of specialist skills, which help them to grow their skills. Elric's singular focus is market share. कि भाई, we want to ensure that we train our staff in such a way कि they will help us to achieve those numbers. ठीक है. Elric staff can make quick sales, but are they spending time with the customer to understand what the customer wants? Very clearly no. So skill और staff दोनों इसमें सी, uh, there is a possibility कि there could be some overlap points naturally because skill किसके पास है? Skill is with the staff only ना. So your answer is most likely to, encounter those points of overlap. But that's still okay because आपका फोकस क्या है? एक तो यहाँ पे सी इन द फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ, इन द स्किल पैराग्राफ, you never spoke about staff leaving the organization. Here you have to say that the staff is leaving the organization. Earlier they got an opportunity to acquire certain skills and then to develop those skills. यहाँ पे in the new setup that skill set, वो development वाला जो है, that is not happening. Correct. Elric staff is trained in certain areas, from a financial perspective that might be better. And again, see, Elric staff are seeking to make a quick sale because they are aware that when they spend time with customers, so if I am spending 10 minutes per customer, I can achieve 60 sales a day. If Vatsal is spending 60 minutes per customer, he can only make 10 sales in a day. So naturally, uska financial performance pe to impact will be there, right? So you talk about the staff part of it. Now understand the style part. ठीक है, what is style? Style represents what is the corporate culture, and how do you treat employees, what is the overall way of dealing with the organization in general. It also means how you present yourself to the outside world through interactions with customers. It also means how people perceive you, what do they think of you as. That is the style element. Now can you comment something on the style element here?
Clonyard has a style that more of like customer satisfaction, which is like the customer try to make purchase with them again because they are feeling valued or but for LTK customer, like the style is very desperate to achieve the market share. So in that,
And see, first of all, now they are operating through a combined store, correct? Now, don't you think I walk into a store with a friend, and that friend has a medical issue because of which he needs special shoes or something? And I was expecting the old treatment, where the staff will spend time with the customer, understand the requirements, and then suggest a shoe or make some customized shoe for him. I went in with that expectation, and now the approach is different. "अरे, show me your size, I'll give you the shoe, wear this and get out." है ना? सो ये जो वर्किंग स्टाइल है, इट विल ऑल्सो इम्पैक्ट द कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस, and it may be damaging for Clonyard if its style is aligned with that of Elrig. Na, customers might not find a reason to visit the store because earlier the reason for visiting the store was कि यार, when I go to an Elrig store, sorry, when I go to a Clonyard store, they ask for my requirements, they customize their product for me, they spend time in understanding my problem and then suggest something accordingly. In the new way of doing things, this approach has completely changed. In the new way of doing things, it's like an assembly line कि आओ अपना जूता उठाओ and get out of the premises. So they, that individual focus, that customer focus, they might feel कि यार this has gone away, and they might go to a competitor, they will not come here. There is an overlap, but Elric, which is, the parent company which has acquired this company, it appears it has made no attempt to align these different elements. ना कुछ भी align नहीं हो रहा है. And because of that, the the chances of success of this takeover, they also go down. Cultures are different, approaches are different, and all of this should have happened, or all of this analysis should have happened before the acquisition, right? Now, in this case, it doesn't seem as if any of the problems that we spoke about were even thought about before going ahead with the acquisition. So that naturally is a limitation. ठीक है? एक बार, are you with me in terms of skill, staff, and style, all of you?
yes, sir. Can we put a point that both, even though both of company have different culture or skill set, but they are not complementing each other, like they are creating, yeah,
Yes. In the conclusion paragraph, we'll have to write that.
yeah, because they are creating like okay, yes, sure.
लिखेंगे ना, उसको लिखेंगे एंड में, we'll make a conclusion paragraph. ठीक है? Have a look at this. Now, this is a full sentence that has been developed. पिछले question में I gave you pointers. This question I have developed full length sentences. ठीक है? See whether all the points that we discussed right now have been covered or not. Tell me when you want me to scroll up.
So can you please scroll?
Sure. See, in this question, the conclusion part is important, huh? So, आप पढ़ लो, then we'll write the conclusion. चलो, let's go for the conclusion. आपने क्या बोला था वत्सल? Can you repeat the point?
Like both of the company have different skill set and different culture, but they are not complementing each other. Like the more we read about them, the more we get to know about them. They are just like being limitation for each other and not aligning with each other's goals and expectation that one can have from another.
ठीक है, different cultures and styles not really helping you to bringing them together is not helping, right? Then refer to the differences above. No attempt made by the acquirer, है ना, to align the working styles and approaches to work, है ना, and approach to customers. ये भी गड़बड़ हो गया. It might be advised to, yeah, and see, all of this should have happened before, huh? This analysis should be done before going ahead with the acquisition, right? What else? Anything else that you feel we should write here? युक्ता, कुछ लिखना है?
So what if they make some changes now, like as they have acquired, they're planning to acquire.
Mhm.
So they take steps to align few of their skills or style.
Okay. But is that what the conclusion is about? Conclusion is about alignment, right?
Yeah.
You have to only speak about alignment. Have they asked you ki suggest karo what should be done?
Also.
Right? They haven't asked you that. So don't, because kya hoga, then you will end up over explaining and you will lose track of the main question requirement. फिर क्या होता है, आप अपने हिसाब से लिखने लगते हो and then we lose track of what exactly are they asking us. ठीक है, चलो. Clonyard was operating successfully before, and after the takeover, because of lack of alignment, the long-term success is questionable. Clonyard was doing well before acquisition. Acquisition is, or acquisition could, no, rather, let us put it this way. There is a possibility that the acquisition will not deliver the expected success outcome because of the visible misalignment. ठीक है, ऐसे करके कंक्लूड करो. Now, second part is Clonyard, Elrig and Clonyard are currently utilizing different computer systems. It is therefore difficult for staff at all levels of Elrig's operations to obtain access to Clonyard's performance data. The board of Elrig has complained that any information it receives on Clonyard's operations or performance is too late to enable the board to make decision. The director of operations for the group has indicated that she does not see any reports on inventory level at each Clonyard shop until at least 3 months into the financial year. She has also indicated that Clonyard shops appear to wait too long for goods to be delivered to them from their suppliers. The group sales director indicated that data he receives on Clonyard's monthly financial performance is at least 3 weeks late. This offers no opportunity to introduce discounted products at an appropriate time, which is a very common sales approach for Elring. Elrig's employees in general have expressed concern that Clonyard's computerized information systems are outdated and that Clonyard employees do not use the computer system as much as they should. For example, it was reported that it is a common practice for Clonyard employee to place an inventory order over the telephone and not enter the order onto the computer system. This is a typical situation in the sense ki people operating on a smaller scale, which basically deal in customized approach to customers who, make products as per the requirement of customers. They might not they might be working with the older ways, and they might not be aligned so much in terms of technology. Elrig has decided that it needs real-time access to Elrig's overall operations, including Clonyard, and is considering the purchase of an enterprise resource planning system. Further, a director of Elrig has indicated the use of a shared up-to-date information system such as an ERPS will ensure that the Clonyard operation is completely integrated within the Elrig one. The Clonyard employees will also be delighted with the brand new system. The CEO wants you to evaluate the introduction of an ERPS into Elrig's overall business, including Clonyard. Now, someone like me who is operating at a small level, I don't have sophisticated tech. So if I'm integrated by someone, then naturally that person or that acquirer will have challenges with my approach. और मैं link बना के कभी भी भेज देता हूँ. I call the students. Notes are, in folders and not on a software or something. So these could be the points of misalignment. And by the way, honestly, we all know that it slows down operations. So if you have a formal system, that will actually help you. ठीक है. In this case, let's think about. See, they have asked you evaluate. Look at the key verb. यहाँ पे verb क्या है? The verb is evaluate. How do you evaluate? मतलब आपको advantage disadvantage दोनों का बात करना है. ठीक है. So can you think of some advantages here?
It will help in tracking the inventory.
Okay. Help in tracking inventory. Fair enough.
It will also help in to make sure that inventory does not go obsolete, or we can make sales of the like we can make sales by discounting the product.
Okay. Fair enough. Anything with respect to stockouts? What is the stock out? Customer आ गया, आपके पास stock ही नहीं है. So if you have a sophisticated inventory tracking system, that situation will not occur. Plus, they have also spoken about delays. You can follow up better with suppliers, right? Then what else?
Will provide a real-time data, so that will help in improving the decision making.
Clear track of purchases.
Clear tracking of purchases. मतलब जैसे आपको इस पे मिलता है ना. What do you call it? Amazon पे दिखता है ना आपको कि where is the material and when will it reach you? You get that tracking. Fair enough.
Yes. Yes,
Then
and a clear note that if you are making if you are ordering any if you are making any purchase via call, then it would be hard to track and how to keep a note. But if we have something that has been added in the system, then we can keep a note that how long is it going to deliver, or that what was the clear exit purchase.
okay. Can we also say, so we spoke about inventory control, ठीक है? Real time visibility, every sale gets updated immediately. Minimum inventory levels can be, set to avoid stockouts. Automatic reorder trigger हो जाएगा, है ना? That ERPS will ensure कि the once it reaches a minimum level, you automatically place an order. And as you said, tracking होगा. Then with respect to supplier management, you can enable tracking of delivery times, helps in supplier management. Then management के पास immediate access है for sales data. It will allow comparison also. You said it will help in decision making on products. What kind of decision are we talking about? Tell me. What kind of decisions?
Can it be the
Provide
kind of
discount.
quality of products the customers want?
Okay. Could the decision also be about discontinuing the sale of a particular product? Because you have quick access to all the data points. So if some product is not doing well for you, can you make a decision to discontinue the product almost immediately? यार बहुत टाइम से somebody, one of you I think spoke about obsolete and slow moving stock, right?
Yes.
Do you work in internal audit, Vatsal?
No, no. But I work in a like accounting firm.
Okay, okay. ठीक है. Then do you think it will help in reduction of human error and dependence on employees? Can it help with that?
Yes, sure. Because
Then,
like earlier we used to like pick up a call and call to the supplier that we want this kind of shoes. But what if we are the both of us are not on the same page, that he might interpret something else, and we might ending up like making a different purchase than what we want. And this may create like the product will come late on the premise, and we will able to make the sale late eventually.
okay, fair enough. And see, overall also एक system में there will be better awareness, inventory का बहुत detailed tracking होगा. What you said, employees taking orders on calls and all of that, placing orders on calls, there is a possibility कि they might forget to input the data, है ना? They might forget to input the data, and you don't want that to happen, so you can save that from happening, avoid that particular situation. और क्या कर सकते हो आप? What other advantage does it bring you? See, because the question said evaluate ना, तो आपको दोनों करना पड़ेगा. You have to talk about advantages also and disadvantages also. Only talking about advantages is not helping.
We can also put a suggest for a mass production of particular type of shoes. That okay, this product is like success for us, and we can tell the supplier, but we can have upper hand on the supplier for the mass production.
यहां तक सब ठीक था. बट द मोमेंट यू से अपर हैंड ना, वत्सल, वो थोड़ा सा फिर इमोशनल आंसर हो जाता है.
Okay, okay,
हाँ, दैट इज समथिंग यू हैव टू स्पेसिफिकली अवॉइड. उस पॉइंट तक सब बराबर है, बट इमोशनल आंसर अपने को नहीं चाहिए. एवरी
okay.
पॉइंट दैट यू मेक इज हैज टू बी अलाइंड विथ द डेटा. हैव दे सेड एनीवेयर कि उस पे वील गेट एन अपर हैंड एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट?
No, 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 no.
No. So avoid doing it. This is where a lot of people lose marks, because they see, it's quite human to feel कि यार, I know about this business. Yeah, I have seen enough of work experience and life experience to be able to comment on that. Just वो आपको reduce करना है. ठीक है.
Yes,
अब
yes, sure.
so that will basically give you the advantages. What are the disadvantages of this, by the way? I think the first one that comes to my mind is when you are using this kind of a system, you will have to see a sophisticated system है. That means you will have to train the employees. वो training cost incur होगा. But and it will take some time for them to get aligned with the way of working. उसके लिए जो time लगेगा सो अलग. And till the time they get adjusted to the system, there might be errors. Now, it is, see, Clonyard employees always felt कि यार, we are placing the order and we are in full control of the situation. The moment a system is introduced, the first feeling that people have is, yeah, am I not good enough? Why do you need to replace me with a system? I think I'm doing a good job. That means you don't trust my process. All of us are chronic overthinkers. This is only adding to that. When a new system is being introduced, do you also see some resistance to change happening in the organization? Right? Because this is एक तो new change है, plus this is being introduced by the company which took you over ना. जो कंपनी ने आपको टेक ओवर किया, वो कंपनी आपको बता रहा है कि यार ये चेंज करो, ऐसे करो, वैसे करो. Naturally, that could have a negative impact on how the employees are perceiving the whole situation. अब whenever you are bringing in such sophisticated systems, एक तो See, there are two issues. A, these are expensive. Plus, these sophisticated systems ना, they are not like tally software कि अरे आपने online purchase कर लिया and just enter the code and start working. It will have to be aligned. It will have to be modified to suit the requirements of the organization. And if you don't do it, naturally, it will lead to other issues. एक तो वो कस्टमाइजेशन का कॉस्ट आपको इनकर करना पड़ेगा वेन एवर यू आर ब्रिंगिंग दैट राइट देन यू विल ऑल्सो हैव टू थिंक अबाउट कि यार that customization cost, training cost, the time that it will take, plus when you move from the old system to the new system, there are going to be those hiccups, right? एक disruption होगा temporarily at least. Then you will have to ensure that ये जो नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट ऑन एम्प्लॉय मोराल है या ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स या इंक्रीज रेजिस्टेंस है फ्रॉम द एम्प्लॉयज सो that will have to be tackled. You will have to come up with a solution for that. Also, see, before you implement a system, a common system for both organizations, their approaches to work have to be aligned. If they're not aligned, then before taking the other party into agreement, before taking into consideration कि तुमको क्या चाहिए, before considering that if you are implementing a new system, then naturally you will get resistance from people. Now, यहाँ पे see this is the difference between APM and SBL. SBL में ना you can answer the entire question only by playing around with the information given in front of you. यहाँ पे आपको अपना extra दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा है ना improved inventory control है supplier management है we have read it but we'll have to apply our mind to the given situation whenever you are reading about performance management systems or whatever the specific area is your answer cannot be left to chance SBL में you can do it कि हाँ मतलब data दिया है story दिया है let me just play around with it SBL में तो मॉडल ढंग से अप्लाई नहीं किया तो भी चलता है APM में वैसा नहीं चलेगा ठीक है now the answer that they have at the back is very long, in my opinion.
So,
Huh?
sorry, can we include one more disadvantage? Downtime of the system. Like if the system stops working, if the system servers are unavailable, it can cause an impact on the business too.
Okay, definitely. Right. So we can include that part also. System downtime. What else do you think can be included here? System downtime is a fair point. That could be considered under a regular drawback of that system. Then what else?
That's all the rest of the points you've mentioned.
Fair enough. और कुछ है? Let's talk about system downtime here. So these are the basic points and always pay attention to the verb. जब आप verb देखेंगे when they say evaluate in I think नहीं it was not in your class it was in AFM वहाँ पे specifically लिखा था criticize. If the verb says criticize then you have to only talk about the negatives. Now a question quite similar to this one see was whenever you are bringing in something new, naturally there are going to be challenges along the way, and you have to give a very, very balanced perspective for such situations. ठीक है? Make sure that whenever you are framing your answers, you are taking into account all the facts of the case. You are not missing out on anything. And जहां तक see, this is as I told you the difference between SBL and APM. SBL, you can only look at the situation, the data, the exhibit, the pre-seen material in front of you. आपको कोई भी कॉन्सेप्ट पता नहीं होगा ना तो भी आप SBL का आंसर लिख सकते हो. In APM, that is something which will नहीं हो पाएगा otherwise you will end up losing marks also in that process ठीक है so we have done two questions today I would say, see, go, I'll upload the Excel sheet immediately for you. Don't worry about it. But what I would also suggest is na, ki if you write these questions once on your own and you send it to me for review, I can evaluate and tell you areas of improvement. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Do all three of you have an idea about how these two answers were framed and in general थोड़ा थोड़ा clear हो रहा है अभी how answer framing has to be done?
Yes, yes, sir.
Urvaksh and Yukta, because you have access to the regular APM batch on the LMS. वहाँ पे भी ना I have solved around 15 questions. Have you started going through that? Just one more.